This promises to be a momentous occasion. You are about to meet the newest member of your team. As you are aware, the Green Ranger's power was completely decimated by his last few battles. Alpha and I felt it was time to create an even more powerful Ranger to combat Lord Zed and his diabolical evil. To that end, a candidate was selected and a new Power Ranger was created. And now, my friends, I present to you...
Hello folks, today we are reviewing Go Go Power Rangers issue number 26 from Boom Studios, written by Ryan Parrott and Sina Grace, illustrated by Francisco Mortarino. As usual with these Power Ranger comic reviews, I break them down in three criteria: the good, the bad, and the morphin. Now starting off with the good, this book starts us off on the moon 7 months after Arrival Day in Rita's moon base. We see the Green Ranger is dining with Rita as they converse about his allegiance, and even though at this time he was under a spell, he swears his loyalty to her and promises to finish what she started together. Now, I've always thought this, about these two characters, and Boom Studios probably is not going this route, but Tommy at this time, think about it, he is a teenager with powers. What if, just what if, he and Rita developed some type of romance of some sort? And there's this love triangle between Tommy and Kim and Rita. Okay, this is just my theory. Maybe it's a little too far-fetched, but it's an idea, right? Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Going on, we get a large segment where Tommy is off-world in present time in search of the white light power. He ends up being directed to this temple by an alien tiger, and once he enters the temple, he is confronted by Saba, the talking saber. Now, a lot of what happens here is kind of like Thor with Mjolnir. Many warriors in the past have entered this temple in search of the white light power, but they weren't pure of action nor noble of heart. Whoever takes upon, this white tiger power must be worthy, and Saba knows about, the alternate universe Tommy Oliver and his accomplishments as Lord Draken. Who's to say that this Tommy Oliver won't be corrupted as well and threaten the universe? This book also picks us up where we left off in issue 25 as Trini and Zach, they walked into the command center confused to see Jason, the Red Ranger, tampering with the console, in the command center and conversing with the Morphin Master. This is all backstory, in early moments to how these three became the Omega Rangers. So it's kind of cool to see, what happened and how they were introduced to the Morphin Master. And what's interesting there too in that moment, when you're reading that dialogue, just one word, that Jason, could say could really screw up time. It can mess up the timeline because, right now, if you don't know, like Jason, he's the only one who really remembers and has a recollection of what happened in Shattered Grid, during that time period. Everyone else's memories, they're pretty much erased as far as, that time frame. So they don't remember any of that. But the Morphin Master, he warns him, which I thought was an interesting thing too, kind of in that segment where he's like, just one word, Jason, you need to be careful because that can really screw up time and, reality as we know it. So be interesting to see, what are some of the ripple effects as we go, further, within, this story arc. Now, getting into my next segment, which is the bad in this comic, I feel like I have to warn the readers, if you are not a Tommy Oliver fan or you're somebody who is just burnt out on Tommy fever, this comic is not for you. Me, personally, I do not mind getting the backstory on exactly where the White Ranger's powers came from and how that ties into familiar moments, and the history from the show. Again, based on perspective, if you are burnt out on Green Ranger hype, then this may be seen as a bad component to this book. So that's just an FYI, but for me, I enjoyed it. But for you, if you're not somebody that's really big into, Tommy Oliver, then again, you may see that as something that's bad in this comic. Getting into the morphin, which is my last, component of my rating system. I love how this version of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers ties into historic moments of the show. It is its own thing, but it doesn't forget where it came from. And seeing Nimrod, the Scarlet Centennial, on, the page, which is awesome because it all takes place during the episodes of The White Light when Tommy became, the White Ranger. So if that character looks familiar, to the 90s fans, that's why. Of course, the Power Rangers battle, Nimrod and get overwhelmed, which then leads into the introduction of the White Ranger. Also, it appears Lord Zed has followed Tommy into, this hidden world where the new White Ranger power is being protected. But honestly, in my opinion, I do not believe that that is the actual Lord Zed. I think it's probably Saba creating an illusion to further test Tommy under pressure and see if he truly is the chosen one. That's just my theory. I could be completely wrong or I could be completely right. Either way, in the next issue, we'll see Tommy face off against Zed and most likely don the White Ranger power or obtain the new power, proving his worth. Now it is time to rate this book, guys. It's time to get into my lightning rating. I give this book a solid 4 out of 5 lightning bolts. It was fun, it was nostalgic, it kept the momentum going for this Necessary Evil story arc, which has really got me contemplating the title. What does Necessary Evil mean? And how will it, come full circle in the story arc? I'd be curious to hear you guys' kind of theories and thoughts behind that, because that's something that I really, I might even do a video on that, just discussing that, the title itself alone, Necessary Evil. What do you guys think that has to really do as far as like the aftermath of Shattered Grid? When you think about it, you know what I mean? Were there things that needed to happen in order for, good ripple effects to come about? Was there something that, Lord Draken had to do in order for, things that we may know about, that are good, that have happened now? I don't know. It's just interesting, when you think about the title. So I'll be interested to hear you guys' thoughts. Comment below and let me know. If you guys are new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, share it out. It really helps me out and I appreciate the support as always. Let's get this channel to 4K, you guys. We can do it, but I need your help to do it. That is all for today. I will see you back here for the next review. Until then, guys, peace.